Okay, we will move on to multiplication of complex numbers. So I'm going to take two complex numbers in the general form a plus ib and then c plus id. Okay, and I'm just going to multiply as if what do you call, most of you have learned algebra in high school. So I'm just going to combine them as if I'm combining a plus b into c plus d. Okay, so I have to combine a and c, so I end up with a into c, and then I combine these two, so I get IAD, and then so that will be okay BC plus, now what's the last one, okay, I square and then B into D. Okay, so that's going to give me AC plus, I have something common over here, so I'll get I into AD plus BC minus B into D. So my final answer is AC minus BD. I'm writing the terms without I, and then I'll write the terms AD plus BC. Okay, so this is how we multiply complex numbers, and I hope you didn't have trouble with that I square, because in the last video I told you I square is minus 1. Okay, and we get one very useful result from here. Do you remember the identity a plus b in times a minus b? Yeah, that is a square minus b square. So if you have something like a plus ib into a minus ib, we end up with, look at this, a is just a, but here our b is replaced with ib. So I'm going to get a square minus ib the whole square. I'll repeat, I'm going to apply the same identity here, but b has been replaced with ib, so I get this. So in the next step, I'll get a square minus I square b square, and what is I square? Minus 1. So we have that to be a square plus b square. Okay, now let's move on to division of complex numbers. Okay, and as before, I'll take two complex numbers a plus ib and c plus id. Okay, so always remember one thing, the denominator should be free of I. Always remember, in complex numbers, the denominator must be free of I. That means you have to somehow manipulate things and get rid of this I. Okay, and can you guess what to do if you want to get rid of that I from the denominator? Think about it. How can I get rid of this I? Yeah, the easiest method is you just multiply by the complex conjugate. So basically you end up with C minus ID. Okay. Now look at the denominator. Didn't we just derive something for A plus IB into A minus IB? Yeah, what is A plus IB and A minus IB? A square plus B square. So can you tell me what will be C plus ID times C minus ID? Yeah, you're right. The denominator is C square plus D square. Don't waste your time simplifying this. You can write it directly, C square plus D square. Oh, now we are left with multiplication. And you're already familiar with multiplication, so you won't have trouble simplifying the numerator. So you get a into c and then minus a into d and then a plus b into c, and the last one, okay, I'll write minus I square b into d. Okay, now I'm going to reduce my steps. What is the value of I square? Minus 1. So minus and minus will make things positive. So we end up with AC plus B into D. And then I'm going to take I from here. And I'm going to write the positive quantity first. So I end up with something like C square plus D square. By the way, in your high school algebra, you learn a plus b, the whole divided by c can be written as a by c plus b by c. Okay, so we have the real part over here and we have the imaginary part over here for the numerator, and the denominators here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply the same algebraic method and write this as c square plus d square plus I times bc minus ad whole divided by c square plus d square. So once more, remember, when you have a complex number in the denominator, the first thing to do is multiply by the conjugate, the complex conjugate of the denominator. And once you do that, you get the identity a plus ib in a minus ib format. So that will be c square plus d square here, because yeah. And then you multiply the numerator, because now you know how to multiply complex numbers. Okay, I'll show you one example. Okay, it's over here. Okay, so take a look at this. We have the complex number 2 plus 3i by 4 plus 5i. So the first thing to do is multiply by the complex conjugate. Okay, I want you to take a piece of paper and pen and try this out, because the best way to learn math is with the help of pen and paper. When you watch this video, you will understand the concept, but if you want to perfect yourself, the best method is take a piece of pen and paper and work out this question. Okay, so if you want more videos, just subscribe and share.